We are at Lerderderg State Park today with the Tank500 PHEV Hi4-T, Tank300 diesel, Tank300 petrol. I'm looking forward to this beautiful day, not too hot and bone dry. Started off warming up around the 4-wheel drive training center area before heading out to the diggers track. We did a bit of this, a bit of this, and a bit of this. And make sure you stick around to the end to check out my average fuel consumption. Kicking off with an interior shot of me going through the big Wombat holes in the Tank500. Those who know Lerderderg 4-wheel drive training center will know this section very well. I put the car in 4 low with the rear diff lock and managed the throttle, taking it nice and slow. Wheels going up in the air were no problem. Absolutely no traction issues with the 33-inch Mickey Thompson all-terrains. Maintaining steady pace and gentle on the accelerator was the key. In today's video, we will focus on the Tank500 Hi4T, but still mix in shots of the Tank300s. Now it's time for the Tank300 diesel. Equipped with a lift kit and 31-inch all-terrains, flexing through the Wombat holes with a bit more pace than myself. Still nice and easy, with plenty of flex, maintaining traction with only rear diff lock. You know, something that always frustrates me is how flat everything looks in video. You get a bit of an idea if you focus on the front and rear wheel gap to the body. For those who don't know, GWM is an off-road vehicle expert, and this Hi4T is in fact a hybrid, doing everything a diesel can and more. Watch it come down this hill, keeping in mind when in drive and 4 low, the car tends to stay in second gear. So if you find the car a little fast, just flick the paddle shifter and lock it into first gear. The Tank300 petrol with an exhaust makes sure you know it's there, beautifully maintaining traction up this off-cambered steep climb. Obviously, what goes up must come down. Once again, the diesel in 4L will also tend to remain in second gear if you just leave it in drive, so just flick that paddle shifter. And if you want it to really hold on to the first gear, make sure you pull the gear selector down once as well. That way the gear selection will not time out. As we got to the bottom, there was another steep climb with some decent sized Wombat holes. Keep in mind these are 33s on the Tank500. Standard suspension, no body lift, fitting very nicely, with no rubbing or scrubbing.
Nice drive.
Taking this nice and slow, demonstrating immense control, even with the massive wheel lift. Absolutely no wheels spinning wildly. Now let's watch the Tank300 diesel. You can clearly see the front right wheel spinning, and the traction control pushed it over that first bump. And about now, at this moment, the rear left wheel is in the air, so rear lockers were engaged before continuing. I personally would have activated it before I started climbing, but this helps demonstrate the capability of a 4-wheel drive to our new driver here. Keep in mind this is only a Lux, which means it only has a rear diff lock. But even then, that's already better equipped than a lot of the 4-wheel drives out there. Taking it nice and slow again, letting the wheels grip and get up. A little burst at the end to climb that last little bit. Tank300 petrol here, just as a comparison. Once again, nice and controlled, maintaining a good pace, and even if you need to stop, there's no problem. Imagine if you need momentum coming through here. It could definitely end in a disaster. Moving on to around the back, here is another rough section. Once again, the video does not do it justice, showing how steep it really is. Listen to the tires closely and you can hear there's barely any slip. The vehicle maintaining perfect control all the way up. Hi4T! As we come around again, we decided to come down the Wombat holes in the main area of the four-wheel drive training center. You can see with a mechanical four-wheel drive you can go as slow as you want and it does not matter, even when you drop your front wheel into the deepest Wombat holes. As the Tank500 diesel gives it a crack, here's an example of timing, braking, and overall feeling your vehicle.
Whoa, yeah.
The front wheel is lifted, so you need to anticipate it dropping. Here you can see as the front end drops, the driver jammed on the brakes, making the left front wheel drop right into the deepest part of the hole, lifting the rear right way up. Let's just say if I was in the car, I would have probably ruined my pants. This here is my favorite part of the four-wheel drive training center. I've driven a stock Canon Alpha Hi4T up this multiple times with highway terrain tires. The Tank500 Hi4T makes it look super easy. Compared to a Denza V5 that has attempted this recently as well, it's very clear this has superior control, especially when the front right wheel is way up in the air and zero momentum was required to make this climb. Now the Tank500 Petrol going up with a bit more pace, and on a dry day like this you can easily tell with the dust going everywhere. Nice and easy. After this, we drove to the Diggers track, which is about 20 minutes away. I was driving and here's some inside footage for you to enjoy.
Turn gets a little bit tricky, you might need your rear lockers here.
Unfortunately, the rutter track got to a point where I had to drive with both hands, so I had to stop holding the camera. Here comes another climbing bit. I must say, the 360 camera works wonders when you're driving around ruts, sharp rocks, and big tree roots, making it super easy to drive on your desired lines. Hopefully you guys could see just how rutted it is from all the body movement as well as the Tank500's movement in front of us. This was definitely a fun and challenging section. We then arrived at this steep climb with a pretty decent sized rock step at the top. Once again, in video it looks flat, but let me tell you, it certainly isn't. Those who've been on the biggest track will know. In case you were wondering, both the petrol and diesel Tank500 made it up no problem. I was just in the back, so I didn't manage to capture it. Rock step. Nice and controlled. We then came to another gnarly bit with deep ruts, but given it's been dry, it was a walk in the park. As we came close to the end of the diggers track, there were once again a few deeply rutted areas, where the Tank500 just scratched the right side step.
Oh, you scratched it!
Knowing that when the Tank500 followed, it tried to keep left to avoid any body damage on the right. But just about here, there goes the rear nut flap. And throughout the whole day we had zero damage, and only at the very last obstacle we scratched the side step on the Tank500 diesel and cracked one rear mud flap on the Tank500. All in all, a great day with basically no damage. A special thanks to Wayne. He was fantastic as a guide and incredibly patient and generous with his time. What a day out with the Tank500s and Tank500 Hi4T. Now before you take off, check out the trip computer when I got home in the Tank500. Alright, we are home. So, bit of a recap. We started off with 80% of electricity or battery. We started off with a full tank of fuel, and after coming home about 70 kilometers away from Lerderderg, check this out, average 5.9 liters and 20 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometers. So that's after a solid 9:30 till nearly 1 o'clock of forward driving 100 kilometers. So this is basically today's trip. You can see it's averaging 5.9 liters and 20.8 kilowatt hour. So if you have solar at home, it really makes sense to have a PHEV four-wheel drive like this. Something to really think about. Can you imagine doing a solid 3.5-4 hours of four-wheel driving and coming home still with 3/4 of a tank of fuel, keeping in mind this is a pretty small petrol tank as well. And now all I have to do is plug it in to charge it back up, and then I'll have another 516 kilometers plus 100 kilometers thereabouts of electric driving range. This is why PHEV and Hi4T just make sense. Let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed the video today, If you have any questions at all, make sure you ask me in the comment section below. Cheers and have a good one.